Okay, right, I'm just going to do a little tutorial on some tips of cutting like your son's hair, your husband's hair, to doing a boy's haircut. Last night I got a message from one of my members, and I'm sure she won't mind me saying, but she's had much success so far with her membership, cutting in her own fringe and styling and blow drying. But last night when her 3-year-old boy was asleep, she thought, feeling confident, which I love, she thought she would give it a go with cutting his hair. Okay, so what I've done already is I just cut my model's hair short so that I can show you sort of a grown out boy's haircut and how to tidy it up. So here we go. Okay, so I've got my scissors and my comb, obviously. Now what I've started cutting it a little bit at the back so I can show you what I'm going to do. Now, obviously if your child is 3, it is difficult and you are quite often going to be trying to do it whilst they're asleep, but I will give you some tips. Okay, so first of all, when you're doing children's hair, where it's different to doing adults' hair is you don't really want to be wanting to put the scissors too much on the skin because they move, and the last thing you want is to be cutting your child. So what I always suggest is that you do pull the hair away from the head. So what I've done this side here already. I'm going to stop shouting. I don't know why I shout so much. Okay, I'm going to put the comb in like this, and with your fingers, we're going to just cut it across like that, and then down. Okay, and then we'll go up a bit further, and then we'll cut it across like that. Now, what you will see when you do that already is you'll have 2 lines in the hair. So then what you do is you go across it. So then you come down this way, vertical, and you will be able to see where those lines were cut. If I can do this without getting in front of the camera. So that's where I've took the first section and the second section. So in fact, let me come around the other side. So now we're going to get rid of the ridges by combing the hair out like this. And we're just gonna take that and take out that step, you see? Hopefully you can see. Like this, okay? And then I can still see there's a little bit there. So again, take it out like this. By doing the bit going up first, you kind of give yourself a little bit of a guide, and then down. Okay, so let's turn it right round. Okay, when you're doing the backless thing, right? So you want to get, if you've got a young child, you want them in front of a telly, iPad, sweets, and you can work on the back. You know, you can be really gentle. It doesn't have to hurt. I think one of the first things I always do when I'm cutting children's hair is I normally would sit down to them and show them that these aren't scary, because I think we underestimate what it must feel like to be a child, and then someone all of a sudden got a pair of scissors at your head. So I think always just sort of keep them calm and then just start by combing and be like, okay, so it doesn't hurt, this isn't going to hurt, this is just going to make your hair nice and tidy. But yeah, try and keep them like occupied with lots of treats in front. Before I had children, I remember working in the hairdressers, and I remember parents coming in and bribing their children, and this is how naive we are before we have children. I was like, oh, I would never bribe my child. I'm saying use every bribery tactic that you need to use to get your child to sit still, because, you know, just get them still. And that's the nice thing also about being that. If you can do this at home, because a lot of kids, not only is it scary your mum or your dad coming at you with a pair of scissors, imagine going into a shop and a complete stranger who you've never met before is all of a sudden combing your hair and they've got scissors near your ear. So I genuinely think learning to do your kids' hair yourself at home is probably quite a good thing to be able to do. So okay, so we've got them bribed, we've got them watching iPads and sweets, and we've got rewards at the end. Okay, so now what I'm going to do here, I'm going to do the same as I did there, and I'm going to comb the hair up like that, put my fingers, I don't know if you can see because of the camera, and I'm going to cut across like that and down. Okay, so you can see already there's a line there. Let's see if I can come behind here. Okay, and then we're going to come up like that, and then I'm going to cut across, and then you'll see there's a line there, and then I'm going to do it one more time. Up like that, cut across, and then there's a line there. Okay, so then we go across. So we use the fact that we've cut ridges in as our guide. Okay, I'm trying to do this without standing in front of the camera. Okay, so you go horizontal, no, not horizontal, vertical, what's that way? And we're gonna cut down using the ridges as, so the ridges where we cut in are the shortest bit. So we're just taking it down and cutting the ridges out. So I can still see a ridge there. So that's the thing, use your eyes. If you can see that there, then that's what we do. Now this is gonna look different in the camera because I use this model first to do a colour technique, which is only in that section of hair. So it's gonna look like it's different. Okay, so I can see my ridge there. So I'm gonna take my section like this, and then I'm gonna cut the ridge out. Like that. Okay, come on. And then here, I'm gonna come down. So you sort of, this is called, what this is called is like cross-checking. So whatever, because you want this to be even, you can then go, whichever way, you can go across like this, like this. What you want is it always to be even. Right, and then what we're gonna do here, we're gonna bring this up, take it down, like this. Right, now you can see, we've got, obviously I've cut the hairline shorter there, so that's what we're gonna do. Like, I think obviously going like this is the best way because you're not putting the scissors on your child's skin. I would pull it more outwards than down, because if you're pulling it out, then when it goes back down, it's going to be more jagged. Like, so if you've got a child that's really moving and just not feeling it at all, if you pull it straight down like that and you cut it, it's going to have a really blunt line. If you pull it up like this and you cut it, when it goes down, it will be shattered. So it's an easier way to disguise if your child has not wanted to stay still. Like, it's not easy. Children, not many children like having their hair cut. Okay, so this is probably the moment I'd go, do you want another sweet? Okay, if you can get them to keep their head still, maybe you need another human in front just to act as like, but I'm gonna just chip up like that. Because again, that's just like a jagged line so that it doesn't look too... Okay, another way of cutting like boys' hair, men's hair, or well, any sex hair, but short hair, is to do the scissor over comb. So that's best done when the hair's slightly drier. And then what you do is you go like this. So you put the comb in and you use the comb and you go up. Also, yeah, when you're doing that, you're just cutting off bits of hair. So don't put the, so it's very loose. I'm trying to think of the right words to explain this. So you're putting the comb up and you're just cutting really small bits of hair, like that. Right, and then what we'll do is we'll come around this way. Let's see if I can come back round. Okay, so what we're going to do now, so depending on what sort of look you want for your child, if it's a young child, I'd work on just keeping a really shattered outside line. I don't know that I would go too much into cutting it really sharp around the ears, because the chances are you won't do it perfectly and then it will just look really bad. So what we'll do here is we will just go along like this, and we'll take our sections and I will show you as we do it, and then I will show you just how to chip in and tidy up around there. Okay, So what we'll do here, so we're gonna just aim to get this up like here. So we'll pull this out, and we're following this line up here, and we'll go down. Oh, that is my stomach. Like this. Okay, you can start to see that come round. Again, always, if you think, oh God, that looks like it's got a bit of a ridge, like cross-check it, come up, and then just chip in any bits like this. It should all be even when you're cutting the haircut like this. So whenever you see anything that doesn't look even, go against it. So let's say for example, you cut the hair and it looks like you've sort of done that, actually, and you've just done that, and you're like, oh no, what have I done? What have I done to my poor child's hair? What we're going to do is we'll just go, so I would then take it from the shortest part, right? So let's say that that's what you've done. Yeah, I'm just going with it. I'm just trying to think of as many things that could go wrong, and then I'm going to show you how to fix them. Okay, so here, because you've just cut in a short bit of hair here, what I would do is you need to use that as your guideline, because that's the shortest bit of hair. In fact, what I would do first of all is I would make this all the same. So cut those bits off. So you want it all to be the same as the shortest. So just chip in there, so you're not getting a really blunt line. Like this. Like that. And just get it to go into the side there. Right, so now that's even, but now we've got to make it blend in and look like a nice haircut. So this is where we go up like this, like I was doing before, and you hold it up outside the head. In fact, it might be easier if I turn this head around. But if you want to just go in and just cut, I would just go with it. Whatever looks good to the eye on this type of haircut, on a child. The thing is, you've got to be quick, because they will get bored really quickly, and then you'll be halfway through and it will be an absolute nightmare. Right, so we're coming back round to here. So we're going to go like this. We're going to bring the hair out like this. And we're just going to cut it down. Like that. And then we're going to do the same. So I've got a specific child's head in mind while I'm doing this. So some people may be watching this thinking that's not how I would want my boy's haircut. But I've got a specific child's head in mind. Like always, as I say, when you signed up to be a member, if there's anything like specific that you want me to show you how to do, just message me and I will make it happen. I'm doing this based on what someone has sent me a picture of. So I'm trying to help her. Okay, now what we'll do here, I mean it's different because this is a model head, the hair is all growing like out of the head, so it's sticking out a bit. On your child's head, it would probably be laying quite a bit flatter than that, so that will look nicer. But what I will do here, so you can see now, you just want to get him to sit still, get your comb and just chip in. I think you'll find, you know, you've got to remember when the children are really small, their hair is usually really fine. Like the best thing you can do really is avoid any really straight lines. And then at the end, you've always got, although obviously the hair is fine, if there's any real ridges or anything that you're not sure about, these, you know, these are quite good at like disguising any blunt lines. So if you do feel like you've got some blunt lines that you want to get rid of, these scissors do. They just sort of like, they can hide a few things. Also, obviously, they take weight out. So if your child's hair is really thick, then that's perfect for that. If your child's hair is really fine, go really easy on these, because these ones in particular, they do cut quite a bit of hair out. So, you know, if it's fine, just be careful. Do the ends and not the root. So like almost just go over the ends, like, just see what I mean? Rather than go right in. Because if you go right in, you could end up with like some bald patches, which nobody wants that. Okay. So I'm just leaving this quite natural round the ears and stuff, just like I say, that way you are, you know, it's just quite soft and natural. Right, okay, let's say for example, this is how you have cut your son's hair so far. Actually, it's quite hard to make a mistake when you're a hairdresser. Like I'm trying to, let's just say it's like this and like this. Okay, how do you fix this? Right, so what you want to do first of all is you want to comb the hair forward. So you're gonna need to take it to the shortest bit of hair. So how I would do this is comb the hair forward like that. And because it's quite short there, I would definitely not go in blunt like that. I would definitely chip in, okay? So this is gonna be easier. I mean, if your child is asleep, I mean, I don't know, because, you know, you may need to do it asleep. So you're gonna need to do one side one night and then try and get them to sleep on the other side. Or I think if you literally sit down with your child and have a chat about what you're going to do and explain what you're going to do, and maybe even what would be quite a good idea is show them some pictures on your phone of some like boys' haircuts and show them and get them to pick something that they like. Because I think if they find something that they like, then, you know, they might be a bit more into it. Maybe buy them a little bit of product. So you could say to them, no, I've got you this hair gel. So if you have your hair like this, then we can start to gel it. Yeah, just different ways of trying to get them on board with what you're doing. Okay, so what we're going to do here is obviously, like I said, we're going to just need to chip in. So we're going to comb it all forward like that. And where the shortest bit of hair is, you're just going to take it to this, and then you're just going to go up diagonally like that, up to the bit of hair there. Okay, so you're just trying to even it all out. Then we're going to go here again, chip in. We're just chipping in. So we're just getting, where that shorter bit of hair is, you're just going to blend it in. So we're just trying to fix a problem here. This is sort of what this tutorial is about. It's like, if you are going to give it a go, there are things that can go wrong, and this is how we can fix it. That is kind of what I'm here for. That's what the whole site I set up for is basically about. It's about giving people the confidence to go try it, and if it doesn't work, I'm here to help. It is just hair at the end of the day, so it does grow, and to learn anything, you have to do it. And you know, there is, you know, as long as you are not going to cut anyone and you are skin tested, you know, there's not really that much to worry about. I'm here to assist you all of the way. Okay, so you can see now we're blending in where that short bit was. We're blending that in. So we're going to go round to this side now. We're going to pull it out and chip in. Like I say, the main thing I would focus on here is getting all the long bits, all one length, and then just chipping it in. So obviously still, even though we're chipping it in, it's starting to still look a little bit like the guy from Dumb and Dumber. But we will sort that out in a sec. The first point of call, I think, don't let something like that make you, oh my God, it's starting to look like really severe, because this is just about getting your shape even, and then from here we will break that up and put texture in it. So sometimes you have to go backwards to come forwards. Your main bit here is that you don't want it to be obvious that you've just hacked a bit out of your son's fridge. So it's about getting it even. So we're just going round, all the way round like that. All about just chipping in. Okay, so I'm gonna just bring this side up as well, because this side I did earlier but was doing something else. Okay, like I say, we can always use the scissor over comb effect. So the scissor over comb can be done with both the normal scissors and the thinning scissors. Oh, darling, I mean, this looks a bit like fried tuck at the minute, so don't panic. That's what I mean. Don't let, like, if it's looking like this, to be fair, this is looking pretty, this is looking like a good haircut. So if you get this, I'd be feeling quite chuffed with myself so far. You may not believe it, but this is a pretty successful boy's haircut if you've got this so far. Okay, now what we're going to do is, this is where we take it to another level. As you can see with my doll's head, because the hair is like planted into the scalp, it does grow out. Hopefully, usually on your children, it would sit like flatter, so it won't be sticking out like that. If you have got a child that's got similar hair, I'll do another video after this on how to actually do proper scissor over comb to get that in tighter, so it's shorter if it does stick out. But I would say on your young child whose hair doesn't stick out like that, this is the way I would cut it, definitely. Okay, so now what we're going to do is we are going to monk the style. So we'll go from here, we're going to take the section horizontally, or we'll take it all up first. So you can see, using this as a guide, you can see how long this bit of hair is, okay? So really, you want that to be a similar length all the way down. So what we're going to do is we're going to take the section like this. I mean, first of all, I'm just going to cut it so that it's a similar length. And then I would just do all that, like, because I'm bearing in mind that you're probably on a time scale, because by now your child is like, oh, I've had enough. So just get the length off first and then perfect it afterwards. So we just want to get that even. That's the main point at the minute. So you're going to have that corner there. I'm going to take that corner off, so it's the same going all the way round. There. Here, get the corner off. You've sort of got, managed to get that all similar length here. I mean, that looks groovy, but it is because of how my model's hair grows. Okay, then I would just chip in. Okay, so then what we're going to do is we're going to chip in. All the way, chip, 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 like that. Chip, 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 chip. That, so it should be even, and then you're just doing this to get rid of any sort of sharp, blunt edges, like that. Chip, 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 chip. There'll be hairdressers watching this going, oh my goodness. But this is like me, this is about, you know, I know what it's like, and it's about finding the easiest ways to be able to get your kids' haircut. Right. So it's even, it's cute. Okay, right, let's just get the hair dry on there. Okay, so as you can see, that is how you, that's one way, should I say, of cutting a boy's haircut. So obviously I've done it so that it's quite soft, so that it's not too sharp, you're not using any sharp lines, so that you can, yeah, so it should be pretty easy to do, she says. And then what I would do is just use a little bit of product, and you can just put that through. Like that. And that is how, or that is one way to do a boy's haircut, or a short haircut, should I say. And there you go. Any more questions, or if there's anything else you want to know, then just send me a message.